balance sheet of A Limited as of 31st March 2012. Building, machinery, inventory, trade receivables, bank, goodwill, share issue expenses. Liabilities 8,000 equity shares 8 lakh rupees, 10% debentures, loan from A, trade payables and general reserve. This is the balance sheet of A Limited. B Limited agreed to absorb A Limited on the following terms and conditions. 1. B Limited to take over all assets except bank balance at their book values less 10%. So B Limited is going to take over all the assets of A Limited at book values less 10%. It's not going to take one of the assets. What is that asset? Bank balance. Goodwill is to be valued at 4 years purchase of super profits, assuming that the normal rate of return is 8% on the combined amount of share capital and general reserve. So what is normal profit for calculation of super profit? It is 8% return on share capital and general reserve. See the share capital and general reserve. Share capital is 8 lakh. General reserve is 80,000. 8 lakh 80,000 into 8% is your normal profit. Okay. B Limited is to take over trade payables at book value only. The purchase consideration is to be paid in cash to the extent of 6 lakh and the balance in fully paid equity share of 100 each at 125 per share. So out of total purchase consideration, 6 lakhs will be paid in cash and the balance in fully paid up shares of 100 rupees each but valued at 125 per share. The average profit is 124,400. The liquidation expenses amounted to 16,000. B Limited sold prior to 31st March 2012 goods costing 1,20,000 to A Limited for 1,60,000. 1 lakh worth of the goods are still in inventory of A Limited on 31st March 2012. Trade payables of A Limited include 40,000 still due to B Limited. Show the necessary ledger accounts to close the books of A Limited and prepare the balance sheet of B Limited as at 1st April 2012 after takeover. Okay. Let us start. Write down first valuation of goodwill. Write down first valuation of goodwill. Valuation of goodwill. Super profits method. Valuation of goodwill. Super profits method. Valuation of goodwill, super profits method. Write down step 1. Step 1. Average actual profits. Step 1. Average actual profits. Given in the problem 124,400. Average actual profits 124,400. Given in the problem. Step 2. Capital employed. Step 2. Capital employed. That is also given in the problem. It is share capital plus general reserve. Share capital plus general reserve. 8 lakh plus 80,000. 8 lakh plus 80,000. Step 3. Normal profits. Normal profits. Step 2 into 8%. Step 2 into 8%. On 8,80,000, 8%. How much it? 70,400. Step 4. Super profits. Step 1 minus step 3. Step 4. Super profits. Step 1 minus step 3. How much is it? 50? That is not the value of goodwill. That is only super profits per annum. 4 years purchase now. Write down. Goodwill is equal to next line. Goodwill is equal to 4 years purchase of super profits. Four years purchase of super profits. 54,000 into 4. Now write down calculation of net assets taken over. Calculation of net assets taken over. Calculation of net assets taken over. Underline. Goodwill. Goodwill. 2,16,000. All other assets at 10% less than book value. Building. Building. Calculation column 3,40,000 minus 10%. Building 3,40,000 minus 10%. How much? 3,06,000. Machinery 6,40,000 minus 10%. Inventory 2,20,000 minus 10%. Next, trade receivables 2,60,000 minus 10%. Bank balance is not going to touch. See the balance sheet. Share issue expenses, boss, it is a fictitious asset. Nobody will take it over. If you include it now, they'll remove it from the net assets calculation. They will say it is not an asset, I am not going to get future benefits out of it. So please remove it from the net assets. Is it clear? We are not going to take a bank balance also because it was agreed not to take over bank balance. Less liabilities taken over. C point number 2. B Limited is to take over only trade payables at book value. Less trade payables taken over at book value 3,20,000. But sir, balance sheet there is one loan from A 1,60,000, 10% debentures. They are not taken over. It is the responsibility of the selling company to discharge loan from A and to discharge 10% debentures which are there in their balance sheet. Is it clear? So B Limited is taking over only trade payables at book value 3,20,000. What is the net asset value? 12,10,000. Don't take book value of goodwill because you have revalued goodwill. 12,10,000 is the total amount of purchase consideration. Now discharge of purchase consideration. Discharge of purchase consideration. Particulars rupees. Write down cash 6 lakhs. Cash 6 lakhs. Wait. After that, question mark number of equity shares at the rate of 125 rupees each. Question mark number of equity shares at the rate of 125 each. Amount column question mark. Wait. Question mark equity shares at the rate of 125 each. Amount column question mark. Total 12,10,000. So please tell me what should be the value of equity shares allotted? 6,10,000. But the issue price of one share is 125. So how many such equity shares will be allotted? So calculation column will say 6,10,000 divided by 125. Please fill up that first question mark. Question mark number of equity shares. How many equity shares? 4,880 equity shares at the rate of 125 rupees each. Okay. Sir, why sir so much cash? 6 lakhs. We have to repay debentures, no boss, 1 lakh. And we have to repay loan from A also. How much? 1,60,000. So to pay off all those liabilities, they have sent 6 lakh rupees of cash. Now it is the responsibility of the selling company to discharge debentures and to also discharge loan from A. And they also have to pay some expenses. See the problem? Realization expenses, how much? The liquidation expenses amounted to 16,000. There you write, underline and write, paid by A Limited. Liquidation expenses, 16,000 paid by A Limited. Now can you close the books of accounts of A Limited on your own? You've already done problems, boss. When liabilities have not been taken over, when liabilities have been discharged, when assets have not been taken over, when asset is realized and the money is used to discharge liabilities. I think you've already seen such problems, no? Now write down entries in the books of purchasing company. Sir, what will happen from the remaining bank balance? Press on button. We'll do some calculations to understand. Press on button on your calculator. How much bank balance is already there in the books of A Limited? 1,36,000. Type 1,36,000. Add 6 lakhs. We are receiving 6 lakhs. Minus 16,000. Liquidation expenses paid. Minus 10% debentures, 4 lakh. Minus loan from A, 1,60,000. Who will take away the balance cash? Equity shareholder. Is it clear? So please do it on your own. Books of the selling company. Now please write down entries in the books of purchasing company. Entries in the books of purchasing company. Write down. When PC is made due. Business purchase account debtor to business purchase account debtor to liquidator of business purchase account debtor to liquidator of A Limited. Business purchase account debtor to liquidator of A Limited, how much? 12 lakh 10,000. Next, incorporate assets and liabilities. The assets and liabilities are going to be incorporated at agreed values. Where will I get agreed values? Net asset calculation. When assets and liabilities are incorporated, copy down the values from net assets table. Copy paste. Goodwill 2,16,000. Building 3,06,000. Machinery 5,76,000. Stock 1,98,000. Debtors 2,34,000. To trade payables 3,20,000. To business purchase 12,10,000. Next, discharge of PC entry. discharge of PC, right? Liquidator of A limited account debtor 12,10,000 to bank account 6 lakh. Be careful. To equity share capital 4880 into 100 4,88,000. Correct? 4,880 shares into 100 rupees 4,88,000 to securities premium 4880 into 25 1,22,000. Not over yet. Write down. Elimination of intercompany liabilities. You have to eliminate some intercompany liabilities also. See that last paragraph. Trade payables of A Limited include 40,000 still due to B Limited. B Limited is taking over A Limited, no? B Limited had sold some goods to A Limited. In the books of B Limited, A Limited is appearing as debtor. In the books of A Limited, B Limited is appearing as creditor. Now that creditor is coming into my books, in the books of B Limited. In the books of B Limited, A Limited is appearing as debtors. In the books of A Limited, B Limited is appearing as creditor. Now that creditor is jumping into the balance sheet of B Limited now. So you have creditor and debtor in the same balance sheet. So you have to cancel. Creditor debit, debtor credit. So what is it to write? Trade payables account debtor to trade receivables account 40,000. See that last sentence. Trade payables of A Limited includes 40,000 still due to B Limited. So A Limited is showing B Limited as creditor. B Limited would be showing A Limited as debtor. Now that paragraph is not over. Read that paragraph again. B Limited sold prior to 31st March 2012 goods costing 1,20,000 to A Limited for 1,60,000. So before amalgamation, B Limited supplied some goods to A Limited. And what is the cost price of the goods sold? 1,20,000. The sale price was 1,60,000. Can you tell me what is the profit percentage B Limited has made on goods supplied to A Limited? 40,000 profit on 1,60,000. How much is it? Please calculate. 40,000 on 1,60,000. It is 25% on. So B Limited supplied goods to A Limited at a profit of 25% on sale. Now what happens is, when I supply goods, my P&L account credit balance will increase. Stock will be there in the balance sheet of A Limited. I have credited my P&L account with profits and I have sent the stock to B Limited. So not to B Limited, A Limited. Stock is there in A Limited, profit is there in my P&L account, in B Limited's P&L account. Now out of that stock, A Limited was not able to dispose some stock. Now that stock is jumping into our balance sheet. Are you able to understand? So how much is the stock left? See? 1 lakh worth of the goods are still in inventory of A Limited. If you see the balance sheet of A Limited, 1 lakh worth of those goods are still unsold with A Limited. A Limited, 1 lakh stock. This is purchase price for A, but this is sale price for B. Are you able to understand? Now this stock will come into the books of B Limited. But we are not taking over it at book value. We are taking it over at 90,000, not cost. 1 lakh minus 10% revaluation loss. See the problem, boss? Inventory was taken over not at book value. It was taken over at 10% less than book value. So the same stock was incorporated. If it was incorporated 1 lakh, it would have been very easy for us. But it was not incorporated 1 lakh. It was incorporated 1 lakh minus 10%, 90,000. Okay, so this stock includes some profit which B has already earned, which has to be now eliminated. Write down working note. Calculation of stock reserve to be eliminated. Write down and tell me, this is the sale price of stock for B Limited. What would be the cost price of this stock? 1 lakh minus 25%. Cost price would be 75,000. That means when this stock is incorporated in my balance sheet, it should be incorporated at my cost. My cost is only 75. But right now I am showing it what? 90,000. So I have to write down the value of stock only by 15,000. Write down. Value at which stock is taken over, 90,000. Value at which stock is taken over, 90,000. How I got 90,000? You can show it there within brackets. 1 lakh minus 10%, 90,000. Less cost price of stock to B Limited. Cost price of stock to B Limited. 1 lakh minus 25%. What is the 25%? My profit. 1 lakh minus 25%. 75,000. I have to show stock at my cost, but I am showing at 90,000. My cost is only 75,000. I have to reduce the value of stock by another 15,000. Write down. Stock value has to be reduced by 15,000. Or you can say stock value is overstated by 15,000. It has to be now reduced. Stock value has to be reduced by 15,000. We will pass the entry profit and loss account debtor to stock account. See, you write the entry profit and loss account debtor to stock reserve. Not stock reserve, sir. Profit and loss account or to stock account. Profit and loss account debtor to stock account. Even if you write stock reserve, no problem. Stock reserve will be again be subtracted from stock. Profit and loss account or to stock account, 15,000. Here, wait. Here there is a contradiction between what the institute has done for a similar problem earlier and this problem now. See, according to me, this is more appropriate treatment. Why it is more appropriate? When stock was sold, profit was included in my P&L account. When I take back the stock and reduce the value of stock, profit has to be eliminated from my P&L account itself. It is more appropriate. This treatment is more appropriate. Is it clear? I have sold the stock. I show the profits in my P&L account. When I take back the stock, I want to eliminate profit. I have to eliminate it from my profit and loss account only. So what will pass? P&L account debtor to stock account. Right now, do we know the credit balance in B Limited's P&L account? No. Hence, if you prepare a balance sheet, profit and loss account will show a debit balance. It has to be shown within brackets. Why within brackets? Because it's a loss, no? Is it clear? Did you understand? So with this we finish this problem. Tomorrow we start problems on